So you want a voiceover demo reel, but you don't have thousands of dollars to get one professionally produced. Today, I'm going to show you my step-by-step process of creating a self-produced voiceover demo reel. For those of you who don't know, a voiceover demo reel is a 60-second piece of audio that shows your voiceover range. Now, you're gonna need scripts. How do you find those? I normally get them from newspapers and magazines, sometimes even mail. This is a folder where I keep all of the ads I see day by day. Here's one for potatoes. Here's one on the back of a cup. Back of a cereal box. Even the back of a chip bag. So now that you know where you can get some scripts, let's get on to recording. For recording, I'm going to use Reaper, but you can use whatever DAW you want. Now, let's pull up our script, or I guess my script. Now, I'm going to make Reaper as small as I can while still being able to see the waveform, so that my script is as big as it can be, so I can easily read this low-quality image. Now, one thing to think about when recording is what type of read do you want to have. Now, this is a Cocoa ad for Swiss Miss, and I think a calm, laid-back, sort of by-the-fire type of read would be nice for this one. So let's give that one a whirl. Made with real cocoa and real non-fat milk. Our cocoa... Made with real cocoa and real non-fat milk. Our cocoa warms and delights with every mug. Whatever you're warming up to, know that you've got everything you need in the palms of your hands. Swiss Miss, embrace every sip. Now, one thing you may have noticed is that click. It's from a dog clicker. For dogs. Made with real cocoa and real non-fat milk. That is so that I can see where I messed up. Whatever you're warming up to, know that you've... Some people snap, I just use the dog clicker because I do. What I'm doing here is I'm cutting the audio down to size. Essentially, if there's a gap, I'm getting rid of it. Like this here. Doesn't need to exist, does it? So, let's get rid of it. How does that sound? Remug. Whatever you're warming up to, know that you've got remug. Whatever you're warming up to. Remug. Okay. Whatever you're warming... Okay, that sounds just a tad off. I'm gonna give it a couple seconds. Oh, nah. Remug. Whatever you're warming up to, know that you've got everything you need in the palms of your hands. Swiss Miss. Embrace every... There we go. Okay, how long does this take? 11 seconds. That's good. Alright, now let's listen to the whole thing. Made with real cocoa and real non-fat milk. Our cocoa warms and delights with every mug. Whatever you're warming up to, know that you've got everything you need in the palms of your hands. Swiss Miss. Embrace every sip. Sip. Is that because I cut out all of the sip? Every sip. Every sip. Every sip. Okay, so that's my effect. I have a deep breath effect on my chain. So let's up that by a bit. There. Every sip. Every sip. That's too loud. Every sip. Every sip. Every sip. Every sip. Every sip. Embrace every sip. Embrace every sip. Yeah, that should be good enough. All right, now I'm going to not do whatever I did there. Now I'm going to glue these together and then normalize them. Normally you would then put it to -3 decibels, but because this is my demo reel and I am the engineer, I really don't need the extra bit of height. So now, more or less, just do that for every spot you have. Alright, so I've finished recording my demo, and I have all of the spots where I want them. One thing I forgot to mention is a slate, Caleb Kelly. They are by no means required. Some people like to have them, some people don't. It's, to me, just a personal preference. And now I'm going to... What am I doing? I like to have each spot with a bit of space just so I can know where each ends for when I add 2 more tracks. They don't need to be nearly as big as the voice track. Hopefully that's how you spell voice. All right, music. And sound effects. Those are the 2 tracks I'm going to have here. Now, I'm going to color these tracks for the simple fact that it just makes it visually obvious which track is what. Now, you might be wondering how you get music for your demo reel. I go to YouTube's audio library. Make sure that you set attribution to not required. You can't really credit the creator when sending a demo reel to an agent. You can easily click what genre of music, what mood you're wanting, a specific instrument, and how long you want it to be. Here's a track that I want to use for the Swiss Miss spot. Now, let's just give that a quick listen. Okay. So I'm going to cut it at about there. That feels like a nice, happy end off. So let's do that. Now, just like with the audio, you want to make sure there aren't any gaps with your music. One thing I like to do is add a tad bit of crossfade at the beginning and end of each song. So now, if we play that with the ad, or spot, made with real cocoa and real non-fat milk, our cocoa warms and delights with every mug. Whatever you're warming up to, know that you've got everything you need in the palms of your hands. Swiss Miss, embrace every sip. Some tastes... Alright. Now, that sounds good enough, but what you really want to do... In Reaper, you can do something called sidechain compression. You want to click on this route button here and drag over to the route on here. Now you want to create a new channel, 3 and 4, and then you want to open the effects channel, or the effects track. Go to wherever it is. Recomp for compression, and there we go. Now, if you'll watch, made with real cocoa and real non-fat milk, our cocoa warms and delights with every mug, whatever you're warming up to. As you can see, made with real cocoa and real non-fat milk, our cocoa warms. Whenever I'm speaking, this red bar here starts lighting up. Made with real cocoa and real non-fat milk, our the music warms and delights with every mug, whatever you're warming up to. No, that's a bad explanation, but that's really all you need to do. Embrace every sip. Some tastes just go together. So I'm going to add just a tad bit more there, a little there. Made with real cocoa and real non-fat milk, our cocoa warms and delights with every mug, whatever you're warming up to. Know that you've got everything you need in the palms of your hands. Swiss Miss, embrace every sip. I want that to match up with sip. Embrace every sip. Embrace every sip. So let's do that. Made with real cocoa and real non-fat milk, our cocoa warms and delights with every mug, whatever you're warming up to. Know that you've got everything you need in the palms of your hands. Swiss Miss, embrace every sip. Yeah, that feels like a nice end point. Alright, so now you want to do this with every other music track. I'll be right back as soon as I finish doing that. Now that that's finished, all you need to do is put everything right next to each other and add a couple of sound effects, if they're needed. Like, for here, I added these sound effects. For this. Go together, like a dusting of salt on a crispy, crunchy chip. Crispy and delicious. To emphasize the crispy and crunchy chip. With a little dash of salt. As it says, add. Tastes just go together, like a dusting of salt on a crispy, crunchy chip. Crispy and delicious. Dusting of salt on a crispy, crunchy chip. And then here, pay by texting WIN to 34653 or visit bk.com/ a bit of text and click noises from a mouse and such. Not that hard. I have one right here. Of course, I didn't use this mouse for the sound effect. That was a horrible click sound. Anyway, that is more or less how I create my demo reels. Now let's have a listen to the whole thing. Caleb Kelly. Made with real cocoa and real non-fat milk, our cocoa warms and delights with every mug, whatever you're warming up to. Know that you've got everything you need in the palms of your hands. Swiss Miss, embrace every sip. Some tastes just go together, like a dusting of salt on a crispy, crunchy chip. Crispy and delicious, these crowd-pleasing potato chips are sure to be a big hit at any gathering. So dive in. The classic taste you love is beckoning.
Simplify expenses with the Spend Manager mobile app. Easily add receipts, tags, and notes to your transactions. Then use the time you save to focus on other projects. American Express. Don't do business without it.
Give to Give. Jersey Mike's hashtag Day of Giving. 100% of sales donated to local charities. Wednesday, March 25th. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. Enter for a chance to win a $500 BK gift card. Sign up today by texting WIN to 34653 or visit bk.com/win to enter. Thanks to the aspiring architects, the caretakers, the overachievers. We know you're more than drivers, so no matter what you're driving toward, we'll help you get there. Lyft. It matters how you get there. So that's my process for making a self-produced voiceover demo reel. Hope it helps. Good and bye.